Good evening and welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for October 10th to the 22nd. For the period October 10th to the 14th, models are still indicating negative height anomalies here near the Aleutians. We have very strong positive height anomalies across northern Canada, across Greenland, the North Atlantic. We also have a ridge here across most of western North America, and we have a fairly deep trough. This is the GFS. So most of the models are indicating that. And one thing to know, the GFS has reversed its trend from yesterday to a less amplified pattern to a flatter flow as we go through the period. Now we're going to go to the 14th, and you can see it's a fairly flat flow. Still have a weak area, negative height anomalies here. We still have a ridge over the west coast and over the western Atlantic and across the north, but the flow is less amplified than it was yesterday. And one thing I want to know, the ensembles here. This is the European ensembles and the Canadian ensembles are forecasting a flatter flow also. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting. I'm going to get to that later. One thing I wanted to say is the remnants of Tropical Storm Simon will contribute to enhanced moisture from the southwest eastward. There is a threat for heavy rain for early next week for the middle and lower Mississippi Valley. Temperatures should warm in the east under a ridge, and the west would be cool due to maritime air mass. Also, precipitation forecast along the frontal boundary from the southern plains to the mid-Atlantic. Now, we're going to look at the period for October 13th to the 17th. Here we are, the 13th, the GFS. Still forecasting a trough here, a ridge here. We still have our negative height anomalies near the Aleutians and our positive height anomalies across the northern latitudes. And then we're going to go, this is the GFS, now we're going to go to like the 17th, we're going to look at the 16th, and the models will be given way to above normal heights. Now this is the GFS. It has a trough here, fairly deep trough here, and above normal heights across the southwest and southern plains. But look at this. This is European, and the Canadian ensembles have above normal heights here in the east and below normal heights, extending from Alaska into the western U.S. with above normal heights off the west coast over the eastern Pacific with a flat flow. And I think this is pretty much what's going to be like. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures here, below normal temperatures for this region, and for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation here and above normal precipitation for the northeast. Now we're going to look at the period for October 18th to the 22nd. Here's the GFS on the 18th, still showing a fairly deep trough here over the northeast, above normal heights here across the southern plains, and we have a very strong upper level low and trough over the Gulf of Alaska. And this is the most amplified of the models. And one thing I want to show you here, the GFS, the Canadian ensembles is pretty much the same way, but less amplified. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting little change in the temperature anomaly, but for for precipitation, I am forecasting below normal precipitation for this region. So that is the long range weather forecast discussion for October 10th to 22nd. Thank you for coming, Jim Only's World of Weather, and have a good day.